Let's start. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. It's a big meeting today. Big because we are a lot of people. Last time I checked, we were like 14, 15, and maybe some other people joined. And there is some new people, but big also because we have a lot of cool stuff to share. And also because it's our first meeting after UI Pattern 2 release. So we hope this new release will drive more people into our events. So you know all about UI Suite. We are implementing a design system in Drupal theme using YAML file because YAML file are easy to use for the people authoring Drupal theme from developer. And then we have module. The module are reading the YAML file and plugging the design system to Drupal. Today, among the 6 formats we use, 2 of them are in Drupal Core. Component thanks to SDC API, and icon thanks to the new icon API we were introduced in December. And this icon API is directly coming from our work and from Jean's work, especially so it's great. So big news, we have a meta package. Now, if you want to test UI Suite, it's very simple. You can just require UI Suite. It will install all the modules of the suite, 5 modules. So we released 3 tags, 1.0, 1.1, and 2.0. And those tags are corresponding to 3 eras. The UI Suite of 5 years ago, the UI Suite of 2022, and the UI Suite of today. Because our suite of modules is always evolving. It's been 5 years. It will be 5 years soon. We created UI Suite. So UI Suite was existing before that, but it was not organized. It was like little tools, little snippets, little ideas in client project. It was not well organized and in the community. But 5 years ago, so Florent, Mikael, and me, we decided to go public and to open the work to the community. So that's happy birthday to UI Suite. 5 years already. As a birthday gift, we got a live stream from WebWash. Yes, someone want to talk?
No, I'm just smiling.
You're smiling. Okay. And so yeah, it was a good birthday gift. It was a very nice live stream, very professional, very clear. It was a bit surprising to see someone else describing our work, and it was a fresh air because it was a bit different and interesting, and we are looking for more. So don't hesitate to go watch the video. First, because it's interesting, even if you don't know, if you already know UI Suite, it really starts at the 8-minute mark. You can skip the 8 first minute. And also, let's put some view. Let's reach 1,000 views. So you can let's have a watch all together.
Maybe Ivan, you want to say something?
Oh yeah. No, that was a good stream. I had a few. You know, I've been doing live streams now I've been trying to do them weekly, and I've been doing it since last year, other than having a summer holiday. But yeah, it was a good stream. I got caught a few times in a few of the steps, but all in all, you know, it was great. And yeah, thanks for everyone who joined, especially you guys that helped out. And I did put chapter markers in the description, so now you can jump out and check. Just open up the description. You'll see all the chapter markers there. And yeah, I've got like a bunch of ideas for more. Just need to come up with some good ideas on building things. And yeah, next one is Daisy UI. That's the next one I want to do, because I've been wanting to do like a Tailwind based one, but it's just not supported generally as like Bootstrap is in Drupal. So yeah, when I saw Daisy UI, I'm like, awesome, that's going to be my next one. Not tomorrow, but I've got to plan it out. Yes.
Yeah, Daisy UI is a good idea, and also you can show the icon API, because icon API was the missing part of your previous live stream.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you have to sometimes make those decisions. You can't cover absolutely everything. So yeah, maybe the next time I will go into more detail. That's one thing I kind of struggle with. It's like, well, what do I talk about? It was already like an hour and 40 minutes. So, but no, thank you very much. And I do like the support. As soon as you guys saw that I posted it, you contacted me and said, oh, let's help out. Other people haven't done that. When I cover other things. So it's good to see this kind of vibrant sub community within a community, which is great. I really like that. Yeah.
Ivan, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, maybe we will attract new people thanks to your video. So we are happy.
Yeah.
So and even about that, there is a Ivan video. On Slack, there is a lot of activities, and the messages are more and more vibrant, and we go deeper and deeper with the people. On issue Q2, we have a new issue from new people, and they are really going deep, and there is something very special. The statistics are wonderful. We got every week we are reaching new records, new top. And even on Reddit, there is a few posts about us. I feel there is something special. Something is changing after 5 years, and maybe we are becoming trendy. What do you think? Do you feel something? I am the only one. I am dreaming, maybe.
No, I don't want to say myself, but I feel it. Yes.
You feel it? Oh, that's great.
I don't want to talk about my feelings.
Okay, let's hope it's more than a feeling. So we will talk today. It will be a 1 hour meeting, and we already start. And we will talk about some shared subject very quickly. We will the module, what's new with the modules, the theme, and at the end the community, because we have a lot of events going on. So UI pattern 2. So we did it. Congratulations. I think we can upload. It was so hard. It was 1 year and a half of work. Of course, it was a 5 people team, but it was 20 people total, because some of people, they come, they go, they help for a few weeks. So 20 people total, and a lot of people testing it on project, early adopters. It was very it was something. A lot of work, sometimes a lot of stress, because it's a complicated module, very complex, very powerful, but we did it. So if you want to celebrate, you can you can go to this LinkedIn post and celebrate on the post. Someone want to say something? You are all happy with the module? That's a dream coming true?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't want to talk about your feeling today.
To be honest, there were some custom development that was made on the previous version that need to be redone. So
yeah,
I'm just a little frustrated right now, but the overall result is very nice.
Yeah, thank you. But you have, I know it's annoying to redo custom code, but you have to tell, you have to remember, it's the first time in 8 years, 8 years, that we are breaking something.
Yeah.
So you can believe we will not break anything on UI pattern for many years.
Okay.
But you can make your
Oh.
client pay for that.
I will be retired then.
So, and it's a good start. Since the release, we are gaining around 30 new install every week. And the nice part is UI pattern 1 is still growing and sometimes growing big. So we hope now we are around the 500th, like 506 or something, most popular Drupal module. And we want to get in the top 500 soon. So we need documentation. Good news, the UI pattern 2 documentation for user is done. We will update it soon, but it's done. So now we miss SDC documentation because the current documentation on Drupal.org is not good enough. It's old and it's a bit sometimes confusing. So we need to update it. And also we are currently working the UI pattern 2 documentation for dev. And when I say dev, it's people developing UI pattern 2. It's not people using UI pattern 2. So we are planning every season release. So we will have the spring release, UI pattern 2.1. It will happen in May or July. And then we will have the summer release, UI pattern 2.2, so August or September. And of course, we are planning a lot of goodness. And there is already a lot of activity. So it's great. Do you want, Christian, to do a demo of UI pattern UI?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, so UI pattern UI will be released with UI pattern 2.1. So, but we can already show you what will arrive.
Yeah, so I make a short demo, I think, about the new features. So actually, your patterns UI is something like field UI for entities. So you can configure your components in the way so that editors can use them easily. So right now, I think UI patterns is only for developers, and we want to make the bridge to content editors. So it's easy for them to add components. Wait, I share my screen. So, okay, can you see everything?
Yeah, great.
Exactly. So with your patterns UI, you get a new menu point here under structure components, where you see all your components and you can configure each component with form modes. I use this grid section here, for example. And you can add form modes here. For example, column 1. And in this form mode, you can add props you need. So for example, in my case, I have a theme property and I have like this. And you have 2 places here, one prop or slot. This part is where you can really see the form, and one where you can pre-configure your form. So if you want to have a form mode where not all properties are visible to the customer, so you only can move them here and pre-configure them.
Okay, default values. No,
Sorry?
Default read-only values.
Yeah, default read-only values. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and inside your prop, you can select which source the customer should use. So it's not possible anymore to change the source. So you really decide, okay, use a select here, or in my case, I created a new widget, for example, the enum CSS widget, where you can configure the values of your property. So in my case, I have a enumeration, a theme enumeration with 2 values, BG primary, BG secondary. It's a Daisy UI theme, so we have these 2 options, and you can override them. So you can give them an own name, and you can select how you want to display it with an own widget. For example, here colors or grids, so icon grid. and I use colors, for example, and then you can override each option. So, for example, it should not be called primary, so another name, primary. And you can select which icon and which CSS should display instead of the title. So that you really have a nice optical view on for the widget. So like this, primary. And I do this. You can also disable some properties and enable them. So if you have a lot of options, you may want to reduce them so that it's not so overwhelming for the editor. I do the same here. So I have it saved because yes. And what you can also do, you can create field groups here. So if you want to structure your form, it's also possible. So for example, I create a field group here. Background. And like in field UI, you can, so it's like in field UI, whoops. So here, and now, for example, in Layout Builder, I prepared a layout here. You can add your grid section, and you have this nice widget here, where you can place your component. So, and now I want the same, but for 2 columns, not only for 1. I can go to components and create another form mode. The button is missing here. Column 2, for example. And I do the same configuration, but now I can put another thing, grid layout, for example, here. So because my browser tab is hanging. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Because my tab is somehow broken.
With keyboard Control Tab, maybe you can use with Control Tab and Control Shift Tab.
Yeah, wait, I will have to reshare probably.
Okay.
So yeah. So for example, you have my grid layout here for 2 columns. And so I just want to reduce the options. So I only select this. So it's only an example. So every component is different. So you can do what you want. In my case, I did it in this way. Maybe it makes sense, maybe not. It's just the possibility to configure your properties and make them available. Exactly. And now you can go back to my component here. So now you see every is displayed here. So I can change, and you see the forms changing then.
So you can create different contributor experience. Each experience is a form, and then they will provide a simpler form because
exactly. So
the default UI pattern 2 form is very powerful but complex.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly, yeah. And then yes.
I really like it.
Yes, it will be a good answer to one of the complaints about UI pattern 2. People say, yeah, UI pattern 2 is so powerful, but is not very contributor friendly, and you are making it contributor friendly. Okay,
Yes.
so we have now a few weeks to work on finalizing it. There is some decision to be taken. Some we will the team Pattern 2 team will work together, and we will ship that this spring.
Yes, and just one last sentence. So you can use it in layout builder, but of course you can use it also on different places. For example, in CK editor we talked about, or we are currently talking about to provide an own field type where you can add this configuration to your entity.
Yeah.
And so
everywhere you have Pattern 2 form. You can use in block, in view style, view rows, layout, field formatters. Everywhere is available. That's great. Thank you very much.
yes.
Someone has a question?
Thank you, Christian.
Someone has a question or not? Okay, so I take back the screen. Okay, so UI Pattern 2 in Drupal CMS, there is still ongoing discussion. It doesn't move a lot, but I think we are still relevant. I know Drupal CMS is planning to adopt Experience Builder, but Experience Builder will not arrive before late 2025. They plan the first beta release in late July. So I think at least 1 year, maybe 1 year more of work on their side. So if Drupal CMS is adopting UI Pattern 2 soon, it will the people will get use of building display with SDC. And they will get use of display building, but also about components, because today the SDC team are not providing components who are friendly to display building. So UI Pattern 2 can be a teacher to teach Drupal community how to work with components, and then in late 2025. They can switch to Experience Builder if they want, and the people will be ready. They will get the knowledge. They will get they will be ready also on pod level. So let's hope it will be discussed. UI Pattern 2 is also moving to Drupal Core, part by part. We have a lot of issues. The idea it's everything we can move to Drupal Core will go to Drupal Core, and at the end, UI Pattern 2 will be a smaller module. Let's talk about the ecosystem. So LGC Devel is on the way. Was released, as you know, 1.0.0, but we are expecting a new release the next weeks. It's nice because we got a lot of tickets from some team owners. So people are using it, people are loving it, and people are sharing feedback. So that's great. About the ecosystem. So before we got a big ecosystem with a lot of modules, the yellow module on the schema. Now UI Pattern 2 is very powerful. So we have only 2 modules outside, Field Group and Display Suite. So Field Group got Alpha 3 release the 12th of February, so like 3 weeks before. And today, Sharik will release 1.0.0 Alpha 1 of Display Suite. That's great. So people who are using UI Pattern 2 with those 2 popular modules can enjoy the power of UI Pattern 2 and this module. So something is not great. There is like a bug, or maybe it's not a bug, maybe it's I don't know. It's a choice. maybe a strategy we don't understand. But the composer file set is of Drupal.org is currently generating weird package name. You see, UI pattern field group dash UI pattern field group is because UI pattern field group was a submodule before, so the namespace was reserved by UI pattern, and now it's impossible to have it for the module. So it's very annoying. It will create a lot of trouble for our users because they will want to install UI pattern field group and they will get UI pattern 2 instead. But we don't know how to fix that. Next monthly, we will focus on case studies. So I know we talked about that last month, but we will try to propose this next month. We will find a few projects already delivered by agencies using UI pattern 2, and we will show what has been done. So if you want to promote your agency, if you want to promote your project, don't be ashamed. You are welcome. UI icon. Jean, you want to tell us?
Yeah. So hi everybody. Not many changes on the releases. Just a new release for 1.0 and 1.1 with small fixes. We didn't have many bugs, so which is great. And mostly now there is a bit of work on the icon API, which is in the 1.0 branch, and which is now in Drupal 11.1 core. There is some work around it. It has been included in the navigation module. And the good part for, I guess, UI icons is now we are going to be able to merge work around a field for UI icon in core. And we discover some use case with navigation in core that we can cover or add to UI icons. So that's the plan for now, unless there is some big bugs. But the plan is just to work more on to be more aware of the icon API in core. Navigation is going on. Other modules, experience builder, I think, want to try it too. Want to go on too. So it's going to help, I hope, UI icons at some points, or at least it's going to give some use case or some ideas to improve UI icons.
Okay,
that's it.
Yeah, that's a lot. That means our first congratulations for the navigation module merge. Congratulations, it was great. So now we have the official use of the icon API into Drupal Core. And also, thanks to this merge, on Drupal Core, we have the first icon pack, the navigation one. And soon we will get a second icon pack with Olivero, because Olivero team is working on his own icon pack. So the icon API is getting traction into Drupal Core. The next step will be to get traction into Drupal Contrib 2, but it will happen. We just need to be a bit patient. And I didn't know about the field. That's great if we move more code from UI icon to Drupal Core.
It's a plan. It's not yet.
It's a plan.
It's a bit of work, but because Experience Builder won a field, we can probably do something there. But yeah, what I didn't highlight is because some core modules now we declare some icon pack using icon packs. That means they will be available in UI icons. That means even starting from any design system or any theme you are using, you will have the opportunity to use the core module icons if you want in your building your theme.
Without declaring it in the YAML file of our team?
No, you don't need to, because they are already declared by the module. So they just appear, they are available.
Nice.
So you can pick them or not. With UI icons, you have the layer where you can decide to pick which one is in CK Editor, which one is in the field. which one you can pick from. But now it will not only be the one with the theme, like with Daisy UI or Bootstrap. You will have the core ones available too.
Nice.
Yeah, there is something emerging. It's very exciting.
Yeah, and this is where there will probably be some problems when, and I guess it's a success problem, is if a lot of modules are declaring icons pack, that means you will have a mess. Yeah, you will have a lot of icon packs available with a field icon or in SQL editor, and it will be perhaps a bit too much. But we are working on a extends override feature to add to the icon API, so we will be able to filter or override before. But it's a problem. It's a rich problem, so that's good.
That's wonderful. Okay. So maybe the next month or the month after, we will have other exciting news to share. Okay, UI styles. Florent?
Yes, thank you. So a few releases for UI styles because of UI patterns 2 and the need to rework the integration between UI styles and UI patterns 2 as a source plugin for the attributes prop type in UI pattern 2. So needed to create a proper styles form element to encapsulate some logic to filter not selected styles, and so it provokes. I use this issue to also refactor to reduce duplicated code inside UI styles. So a few side effects. And also other side effect with the generated style sheets due to a cache problem and with the root ending with .css side effects also depending on the web server config. And that's it. Currently, except that it is pure maintenance. You can go on if you want. Pierre? Pierre? I think we are losing Pierre. Okay. So, but he's still sharing his screen.
Yeah, maybe I can try to share my screen.
Yes, please.
So that we can move on with the slide.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we were at UI style. Okay. Is it okay for you?
Yes, go. Thank you. Okay, so UI styles 2, it is the plan. I think we will try that for June and second semester of this year to try to begin to add the styles API in core. Also to be more generic. Sorry, I have a phone. And also maybe refactor styles and skins, so we have more synergy between the two modules, between those two modules. Yeah, because right now there is no link between UI styles and UI skins, but yeah, depending on situations, it can be handy that the two will be linked.
Okay. Hello all, I'm sorry. I am in the mountain and I got disconnected. You want to continue, Mikael, to present, or
we already continue.
Yeah, of course. You're right. That's great.
Next slide, please, Michael. No. Okay.
There is
so
no.
Yes, UI skins. Too enthusiastic. UI skins, no movement yet. Still in alpha stage. Yes, right now no no energy and no time available to make it go further. But next step would be CSS variables improvements for handling it and scopable themes. So the link between UI skins and UI patterns.
Mm. And is it a call to contributor when you say you have no time and energy?
If people want to help, they can help. They can also help on UI Suite Bootstrap if they want.
Ah, double call to contributor. That's great.
Yeah. Yes.
Maybe you want to take the sharing, Pierre, because I'm welcoming
yes.
new
Yeah, of
people
course, of course. Okay, you see my screen?
Sorry,
yes.
1 minute. It rings at my door.
Yeah, so we are at UI skins.
Okay, you see or not?
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue. Okay. Okay. I can't tell it without Florent because there is nothing new. Indeed, we are planning a new feature. We talked already about that. It's animation and transition. So it will be the last big system artifact we will implement in UI Suite, and it's planned for later this year. About UI example, we got a little release at the end of January, fixed about the renderable, and we will release 1.02 soon with revamp, new logic around render array, because render arrays in Drupal core can be sometimes quirky, so we need to update the logic. About theme. So, as you know, we use Drupal theme as a package for design system implementation. So in a theme, you will have 3 kinds of files and folders. You will have the normal Drupal metadata, like the logos, the screenshots, the info, files, the libraries. You will have the design system implementation with the SDC component, UI examples, the icon file, UI skin and UI styles files. And you will have also some glue for Drupal, default config, presenter template, and unfortunately, some hooks into the theme file. So the goal is to have less and less of those threads and more of the green. Now, UI Suite country team are driving nearly half of UI Pattern 2 adoption. It's very nice because we can see how much of the UI Pattern 2 user are doing a private project and how much are doing a country project. So that's very interesting. We will follow this kind of metrics during the year. And Bootstrap is the king, I can see. So about Bootstrap, Florent, what's happening?
A lot is happening right now. If you want, okay, then this slide, next slide, and then after I will share my screen.
Okay.
So some releases for the 5.0, it is mainly a few bug fixes, very small bug fixes. For the 5.1, improvement on media library support, Ajax, stuff like that. And right after the meeting, I will publish a new one because of recent improvements. You can change the slide, please,
Yeah.
and after that, so I can demonstrate with my screen. And right now, one issues I'm working on is the improvement of the component library using the stories. From UI Patterns 2, because previously with UI Pattern 1 in the component library, you were able only to show one cases with the preview keys in the component. Right now, you can declare as many stories as you want, and with also a different combination of slots, props, etc. And that's a huge improvement. If you want, now I can share you my screen.
Go.
Up, it is this one. Oui, to mode. Okay, so if you see my cursor moving without changing, it is my screen sharing that is frozen. So do not hesitate to tell me. It should not happen. So after the meeting, new release for 5.1 because of a few bug fixes, especially thanks to Tony Cabai for CK Editor 5 and modals. I will show you why. Then stories. So for example, improvements right now about models. Previously, if you were using the media library edit module, the stuff were saved, but the modal was not closed. Now it is closing. Now generic also handling, for example, automatically the modal of when changing text format is handled. When you are on a node and you click on the preview, yes, please load. Why is it loading? The preview. If you click on a link, there is a modal. And previously it was not properly themed. Now it is correctly handled. And also we found out with that a few two core issues, one for the node preview model and another one for the media library. For example, in core, if you select an element, here you have an item selected. And if you reuse the media library, without this bug fix, here you have the counter not properly reset. Okay, so if people want to help, you can move these issues forward. There is already merge request in this review. So modals here, modals everywhere, and a few stuff. It is a Z-index problem in CK Editor 5, because otherwise, without that, when you have a button, CK Editor button with a balloon toolbar, it was not properly displayed. So that's why right after the meeting, I will do a release. Okay. Okay. So components improvement with stories. Where is it? It is there, this issue in UI Suite Bootstrap. So this week I did all those components, also finding maybe it helped found some missing features. And I think I potentially found one with carousel, a case not working. And I plan to do this one soon. So, sorry. For example, now with a close button, you have properly should demonstrate the normal and disable states. Buttons being able to demonstrate when it is in a disable state. Button group properly demonstrating all the examples. To currently what I do is that I take the official Bootstrap documentation and I redo all the examples from the official documentation. But if you see other cases of combination of props, of settings that you may found better, or do not hesitate to participate on this issue. For example, now progress bars.
I have two questions.
Also, one point is to improve that, because right now, as you can see, there it may be long. There is a feature request in UI Patterns 2 about the possibility to add a weight on the stories to be able to reorder properly the stories, because right now I think it is random or almost random. No? Oh, okay.
Yes, totally.
No.
Totally.
Yeah.
I have same issue. It's not ordered like alphabetical order. So I have same issue on my stories.
Okay.
So this can be
Yeah.
fixed. This can be fixed. if you want alphabetical order, we have a method from a public interface.
No, I don't want alphabetical. Me, I want to be able to control the weight.
Yes. Yeah, but you told about the current random order. No, if it's random, we can fix the random. But if you want also to have a weight manual weight management, it's a new feature, of course.
Yes.
I have two questions.
Yes.
First, you are reproducing the upstream documentation from Bootstrap.
Exactly.
Did you find a story you are not able to reproduce?
You mean something in the official documentation
Yes.
that is not? As I said, I think I found something missing in carousel.
Yeah, okay, that was the case. Okay,
Yes.
and then you ask for what can we add more?
Exactly.
There is
To
something
go beyond the documentation.
there is something the system documentation are not doing usually, and it's a bit sad. It's extreme stories. That means stories when you are pushing the component to the limit. For example,
a button with an extremely long label or something like that.
Exactly, or for example, a button group with only primary button or this kind of stuff.
Yeah. And that's why, and especially useful with the modals. It was the last one I did yesterday. Previously, for example, if I took a website without it, where is it? Modal, dialogue, modal. Yeah, right now, previously, and I mean currently, because this one is not merged yet, you only have that. This demonstration. Okay, now with the new stories system, you can have everything, every combination demonstrated, stuff like that. And also the sizes, the full screen, stuff like that. You can enhance a lot, and also maybe there is combination of here all those settings which are not in the official documentation that we can add if needed. Okay, so stories everywhere, and maybe after that I wonder, because as you can see it can be quite long, so maybe improvements to have some condensed display. And maybe I will override the presenter templates for the media component library to no more have previews, because otherwise it will be too long, and to reserve previews only when on a specific component. Maybe that. Okay. And that's it for the demonstration on my side in UI Suite Bootstrap. Thank you. Can stop the sharing, or if you have questions before stopping the screen share. No questions? Okay, go on, Pierre.
Okay, I'm back. It's okay, you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, about DSFR, Mikael, you want to tell us about? Mikael Meul?
Yes, I'm here. We try to make a release per week now.
So that's great.
I released a beta today, and I also released a new version of the companion module, even if it's an unofficial one. So we have a little companion module to provide 2 blocks used to change the theme of the website. So it's going. I wouldn't say it's going fast, but it's going well. We are on track for 1.1.0, which is well weighted by the community. But we have a lot of work to do, because the design system version is 1.13, and we are currently targeting 1.12. But we are already covering the different components and different use cases, and now we are converging, adding some little goodies, support of additional attributes for menus or really little bug fixes. So I can say we could release a release candidate maybe next month.
Oh, that would be great. That would be great.
Yes.
Stable, and then we go on. So
Nice.
we still have a lot to do because we want to be everywhere in the government.
You want to conquer the world.
Yeah, we want to penetrate the market of Drupal website in government, in the different ministries. So for this, we need to convince project managers, so which are French agents of the from the administration, but also the different agencies, the different Drupal agencies, and I think this is the most difficult part. Because it's easy to convince the client, but the agency which is doing the website, usually they don't want to change their what they are used to do. So we need to communicate. I think we will need to communicate a little bit on this. So yeah.
There is a magic word for that. If you want to convince an agency, you have to tell them productivity.
Yeah, of course. But ideally, and sorry, I'm a bit long, but we make some advertising on. We make a presentation. We go on LinkedIn. We go wherever we need to go, and then the inside the ministry or from the DINUM, which is the head of the ministries, let's say. Then they ask the people to adopt what they saw. So first we do advertisement, people are touched by this advertisement, and then they want it. And so the customer asks for it. That would be the ideal scenario. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's
great. Let's hope all those efforts will have success. Daisy UI, Mikael, the other Mikael.
Sorry,
the other Mikael.
Yeah.
If I can, I have a question for Florent in the previous slide. When he show the different documentation of components, is there an issue, or is it possible to have some components configurations near the examples? Because when I see a lot of buttons, I want this one, but how to display it?
Okay, you mean to in the library directly demonstrate this result has been obtained with this combination of props and slots? Something like that. Okay.
Yes, it's possible, I guess, to print the story, because we know the story. It's twig mapping, so maybe we can print it using JSON filter on the twig mapping. What do you think? Florent?
Can you repeat your ID, please, Pierre?
Yes, we already have the story data.
Yes.
On the template. It's a twig mapping, associative array. So nested mapping. So if we have the data and there is on twig a JSON encode or something like that, or JSON encode twig filter, so maybe we can print the JSON of the story.
Yes, I would say, of course. But no.
You don't sound excited about that.
No, that's not that I'm not excited about that. It is because I would say, will it be work that will be also, I would say, removed by the reworking of the component library in UI patterns 2.2?
It's true. In 6 months, we will do a big rework on the pattern library. So it it may change at this time, but it's not useless, I guess, because maybe we can move the logic to UI pattern 2. And the new pattern library will be based on a field formatters, and it can be a field formatter, like YAML serialization of stories.
Yeah.
Okay, so the answer is yes, it's possible. But
yeah,
when do we do that? We don't know.
Yes, the answer is yes, it is possible. Please provide an issue and MR. I will not have the time to do that by myself.
Okay.
But I'm not close to put it. But yes, please provide MR.
Okay, thank you for the question. So, Mikael, about Daisy?
Yes. I wanted to share my screen to some demo, but I think we don't have time. So just a quick word. So
Okay.
UI Suite Daisy is an implementation using UI Suite of a Daisy UI, which is a design system built with a Tailwind. So now we have Daisy UI 5, but it started with Daisy UI 4, which was using Tailwind 3. And now I just 2 weeks ago ported the whole theme to the Daisy UI 5 version. So we have now a second branch. We have a 4.0.x for Daisy UI 4 and 5.0.x for Daisy UI 5. There are a lot of improvements in Daisy UI 5. It's a very great rewrite. It's easy to understand, easy to read, and it's powering all the new features of Tailwind 4. So we have a new engine with no dependencies, and Daisy UI 5 have a lot of new stuff, like new themes, new components, and new use of CSS variables. So this rewrite, it was very efficient. So I took care of all the new stuff of Daisy UI 5. I also rewrote a lot of tweak templates to have a cleaner code. And I did a lot of new stories as Florent did for Bootstrap. And it took me only 2 days. And it took me 2 days because UI Suite is very powerful. It's easy to port to a new version because you only have to touch one template compared to older team implementation when you have to change all your templates which are tied to the Drupal configuration.
So can you say you are a UI Suite lover?
I'm a UI Suite lover since 6 years now. So it was really quick, and it's very enjoyable to use a UI Suite.
And you did that 10 days before the release of Daisy UI 5.
And it was ready like in beta 6 of Daisy UI 5.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, so now we just have to focus on new components. I don't know, new management, build management. So I'm working on it with Christian and Paddy, who are here. So I have the new contributors with me. I'm very happy. If newcomers want to join us, you are welcome. And next week, I will do some demo of it.
Next month.
Next month.
It will be wonderful to have a demo of this new branch, of course. So USWDS3, Steven is not here, but it's here in our heart. He released the stable version. It's the first UI Pattern 2, UI Suite 2 team to have a stable version. So congratulations to Steven. It's great work. Just be careful. It's branch 4, but it's still USWDS 3. He took another way. Us, we are managing the shift to UI Pattern 2 in a minor branch, and him is choose to do it in a major branch. Material design. So the beta 1 was released the 15th of February. Beta 1 is nearly complete. There is only 3 stuff to remaining is icon, forms, and some theme settings. Unfortunately, material design is old. Now there is material 3 and maybe soon material 4 because material 3 now is under maintenance. But the big issue with material 2, it's not very wide. I will not recommend you to use material 2 into your project because there is not a lot of components, not a lot of styles, and you will miss some components very useful like button group or breadcrumb, and you will miss some style utilities like margin padding. So I don't know. It's a nice one. It's very nice, beautiful component. I say in the code. Very smart, also a smart design system, but not very complete, unfortunately. There is the other one. Bulma, Patternfly, and the Netherlands one are into into development. They go their way. And Mozilla Protocol, Olivero, and Foundation are like the forgotten one. Olivero was released. No, Olivero is not forgotten. Oh, I'm sorry about Tom. I hope he will not watch the video. No, he released a release candidate in February. So he is active on this theme. So now, among the 12 team, only 2 are not in SDC. Why I say 2? Because Olivero, I think, has no component. Huh? So I will add it, and I will check after the meeting. So I think Olivero is component free. So only protocol and Zerb are not using SDC and UI patent. So what's next? Do you want to
actually, I was looking at it. I think it says DC, and we have 3 components. We have button, callout, icon. But icon shouldn't be here, but we have at least button and callout. So we have 2 components.
Okay. You know why there is only two components? Is because he's waiting for the component to go upstream. That's the reason. So what's next? We have identified 4 nice design systems, open source, very complete, useful. They can be successful. So if you want to add your own Drupal theme with a design system, you are welcome. You don't need to call your theme UI Suite something. Huh? If you want to call it just Clarity, it works. But please contact us on Slack. You are welcome in the team. Making a UI Suite team is very, very fun and a lot of joy and very interesting too. And also there is a new SDC team to follow. The one of the Canada design system is not a UI Suite team. It's not a UI pattern theme, but it's good quality. I think it's the best SDC team outside of UI Suite. They have a good team. They are very active. They are very dedicated. The components are good quality. There are a few quirks, but the quirks can be fixed. Huh? There is no bad stuff. They already use LC-driven, so maybe that's the reason why the components are nice. And I didn't try it, but I'm sure they work very well with your Pattern 2 project. So congratulations to those guys. For me, it's a lot of joy to see people doing a good job like that on the SDC world, because sometimes I feel we are a bit lonely. About the community. So we have a lot of events upcoming. First, there is Atlanta. I will be in Atlanta next week, and I will be a speaker. I will present design systems the Drupal way. Then there is in April Leuven in Belgium. With Florent, we talk about ADC and Form API. And me, I will talk about display building, which is cool again. I hope we will meet some of you in Leuven. Then in June, there is Drupal France Perpignan. So it will be French language only. Pierre, me and Florent, we are planning to go. I hope you will join us. Then, d'abord, there is DrupalCon Vienna. Let's submit some talk. So I'm talking to all of you. If you want to, let's flood the submission queue with talks from us. We will have a lot of things to share to the community. In September, it will be crazy. A lot of release, a lot of new stuff, a lot of features. So it will be sad if we don't have any talk in Vienna. So do you see other events we can target this year? Maybe something from your country? From
It's already a lot.
yeah, but we can do more. We can do more. You know, last year we did more, I think.
As Lee said, maybe local Drupal camps in
Yeah.
outside France.
So
Is there
if
some
you have,
meetup? Some
yeah.
meetup maybe? Or
yeah, meetup, sure. And also about local events, if you have an event in your country and you want to participate and to talk about UI Suite, you can just, we can share the slide, for example. If you want some slides, we have a lot of slide decks from the previous talks, and we can share them so you can pick slide you want for your talk. So, nearly 300 people. For
Pierre, during the meeting, we crossed the 300 mark. So
that's great. That's great. Okay, we are going every month. So it's a lot of joy again. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Pierre.
Yeah, so it was a bit more than 1 hour, but I hope you didn't get bored. Let's stay here. I will stay 15 minutes. If you want to talk, to have questions, to chit chat.
Plenty questions accumulated in the chat.
Okay. Let's start. Okay, Rajab. You have a question about limiting and grouping. Like limiting the list of your pattern for view mode and limiting the list of your pattern for field and field type. Can we have more source and target use?
Yeah, sorry. Just a quick example is if we do have 10 component as cards, and I want to use them for the view mode to display content or user, any entity type. But within, I do want to show the button as an option to use for the view mode or the display or or something else. But within the field, I do want to show some of the big components, complicated components. So I want to use the button, text, image, some of the custom tagging, something like that. But I don't want to use the card with field. So just we need a bit of a flag within the component, within UI Suite filter system. Not only with the group. I use the group, but the group is not it's not hiding. It's not hiding the thing. I want to have like 10, 20 for few months, 10 or 5 for field text, 2 or 3 for images or media types. So this is the example.
Okay, I guess I understood. It's not the first time someone is asking something like that. We have a problem here. it's we want to keep the component definition free of applicative, content management, and business data. And also, we are not the only one to decide. I know we have added some. We have added some addition to SDC, but everything we add to SDC is because is planned for SDC. So we just want to be a bit. We just a bit in advance. I don't know if it's English, but the UI pattern 2 of today for us is the SDC of tomorrow. And in SDC, it's very important that we are not putting anything related to the content management system and the business application into the component. So if you start to add the metadata saying it's only for formatter or only for blocks or only for layout, you are adding something related to the content management. So I understand your need, but we will need to find another way of doing that. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's not there's a definitive answer, but we can talk again. Maybe you can create an issue and we can do progress on the issue. Okay, I go to the next one. You're welcome. I'm interested in what you think about using Tailwind with Drupal. I'm a Tailwind skeptic. Okay, Monet. We have different opinions about Tailwind. There is among us, there is at least 2 lovers and 2 haters. I will not say who are the lovers and who are the haters. I think Tailwind as a design system with providing only style utilities, it may be convenient for some developers, but it will not be convenient at all to be used on a CMS like Drupal, because it will be just list and list and list and list and list of utilities, very hard to use by the site builder and the contributor. So no, I don't believe Tailwind, and I don't say if I like it or not, it's something else, but I don't think Tailwind will be a good fit for Drupal.
Completely disagree.
You will expose the Tailwind styles, Tailwind utilities to the site builder?
No, but why I would say it's not needed. So it's part of the build process. So
yes, so that's why I say I'm not telling my opinion about using Tailwind as a developer. Okay, I'm just answering on exposing Tailwind to Drupal.
Oh, okay. So I'm a BEM CSS fan, and my team has an implementation partner that is advising them in their initial Drupal migration to use Tailwind, and I'm not looking forward to having to wrestle with it. I think it's an unnecessary dependency. It creates terrible markup, and it kind of defeats the purpose of CSS, which is to take presentation out of markup. Now we're putting all the CSS, all the styles right back into it, which just sounds like a nightmare to me.
Yeah, about that, you can look on. First, okay, I will do the reveal. I will get out of the closet. I'm a Tailwind hater, but I think it's a terrible technology. But let's put this away. If you look Daisy UI, and especially the new Daisy UI 5, I think they manage. They did damage control, and they managed to use Tailwind in a better way. And if you have a team who really, really want to use Tailwind, showing them Daisy UI and say, okay, that's how they do stuff. You can have the boss. They are happy they are using Tailwind, and you are happy because you will not have this ugly markup and a lot of issues related to Tailwinds.
I've been studying Daisy, and I really like it. So yeah, that's good advice.
Someone want to add something? Maybe a Tailwind lover want to add something, like Christian, for example.
No, so I think the discussion is very old. So
Yeah.
I'm not exactly a Tailwind lover, but I'm definitely a Daisy lover.
Yeah.
And that, and also as what Michael said when he set up the version 5 of the module, it took him 2 days to set it all up. And I think that's it just shows a nice strength of Daisy. But again, we could probably do the same in Bootstrap 5.
I think it's a nice strength of UI Suite too.
Yeah, so I think it's good to have that give a choice. And I think with Daisy UI, you have the choice. With Tailwind, I agree with the comment made earlier that you have to put so much of the code into your code that you actually it defeats a lot of what CSS is. So, but Daisy abstracts it all, and I think that, as you say, it's the damage limitation, but I think it's a lot more than that. It makes development a lot easier as well, or easier. So that's my. So I love Daisy. Not so keen on Tailwind, but
yeah. But do you love Daisy because of Tailwind, or do you love Daisy despite of Tailwind? Because me, I say okay, Daisy is good, but because it's less Tailwind than Tailwind.
I started with Tailwind because I like the concept of utilities, but then I disliked the concept of so many utilities, and then I fell across Daisy by accident, and then I just went, duh. It was a no-brainer moment. So then I kind of.
So Monette, maybe this is a way.
I like utilities and things like Bootstrap for prototyping, for doing mock-ups, but I don't think it's good for shipped code.
Okay, I will skip Lee question because we will talk in 2 minutes. I'm sorry, Lee. Monette, because you tell us about Adobe Spectrum. Yes, Spectrum is wonderful. I'm working also. You worked on Adobe Spectrum? You were from the team?
Yes, I worked for an agency, so I was a contractor, a consultant, and I worked with the Adobe front-end team on Adobe CSS. They were doing a migration of their CSS variable system, and we rewrote all of the CSS for all their components. It was a lot of fun to work on, and I'm still in contact with them. And I do know one person who has maybe worked with Drupal a little bit there, but she's very, very front end. I've never heard of it.
I'm interested in 2 ways. First, because I am Adobe Spectrum user myself for one project.
Oh.
And second, because I think Adobe Spectrum will be a very good fit for UI Suite team, for Drupal. So we will meet in Atlanta. You are going to Atlanta because
sorry. DrupalCon?
Yeah.
Yes, I will be there. I'm there as a volunteer, so I'll be working. But yes,
I will be there as a speaker. So if you want to have a coffee or anything, or if you want to show me someone from your team, if you are busy, it can be someone else. But someone I can talk about Spectrum, talk about UI Suite, and maybe kickstart something or brainstorming at least. It will be Atlanta. DrupalCon would be a very good opportunity.
Yes, we should definitely get coffee and talk for sure. I just reached out to my friends over at Adobe too to ask if they've heard anything or if they're interested.
Great. Looking forward for the DrupalCon. Yes, thank you, Christian. Bye. Other stuff, Lee, you said that the Department of Government Efficiency got most of the USWS team fired. That's unfortunate because USWS was really one of the oldest great design system. Even if you take corporate and government together, it was so inspiring. I think thanks to USWS, all the design system industry get better. So it's sad. The team is fired, and it's sad we may never get USWS 4 because we deserve, the world deserve USWS 4, I guess.
There may be just one person left on the team. We know a few people on it.
Okay.
And so it's still shaking out. But from what I understand right now is nearly everyone got fired.
Okay. And you know how big was the team?
We know one of my local guys here in Chattanooga knows a bunch of them. Like we know them adjacently, basically.
Sorry?
We know them adjacently. We know someone who knows them, kind of thing.
Is it public knowledge? How big was the team of USWS?
I believe it was 5.
5? Okay. So, but it's still sad. It's sad because one guy will not be possible to do the work of 5 guys. But but I'm impressed. They did all this only 5 guys. Oh, they must be great developers and great designers.
Yeah, I used to sit on the meetings once a month where they'd tell you what they were planning in the future, so you could see what was happening. Because I was busy planning on moving 3 government sites over to USWS, which I guess we're not doing anymore.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for the news. We hope I don't know, someone we keep the fire alive. I don't know how to say that in English. I'm translating my sentence from French, so, but okay. Yes, Mikael say about Adobe Spectrum, the hardest one. It's a bit of a joke, but it's true. We have some issue working with Adobe Spectrum because of it's a bit. We love it, and I'm a user and I'm a happy user, but it's a bit over-engineered. There is a lot of, if you want to kickstart a project with a web component, you have to manage a lot of stuff. So that's why Mikael is telling it's the hardest one. And no, Adobe is not involved. First, because people in general don't get involved. We are not getting involved so much with upstream. We are in contact with Bootstrap team, at least one guy, and we are in contact with the DSFR team, but that's all. And also because we didn't start the project of integrating Adobe with Opal. Then I'm Lee, you will be at Atlanta too. Oh, we will all meet. That's great. Yes, we need to do contrib table. I'm looking at the chat. Okay. And Lee, you are in the Tailwind Lover team.
Yeah,
yes, yeah.
I do some Laravel stuff, and the Laravel guys love Tailwind.
Yes, still, because I think they are moving you away, no? There was some news. You heard about that?
Yeah, Laravel 12 came out Monday, just gone. And they changed a lot of things around. All the starter kits are in Tailwind. For React or Vue or Livewire, that's all in Tailwind now.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay. No, that's great. You have one foot on Drupal and 1 foot on Laravel. Okay, and yes, we can use Adobe CSS with the web component. Is what we are doing, but we wanted to enjoy. We wanted to enjoy 2 features from the Spectrum web component implementation. It's the Shadow DOM, because we are mixing Spectrum with another design system, and there is some prefixes. Prefixes are great, but sometimes they are not enough. And also because you can add the component one by one as a dependency. and we are using only a subset of Spectrum. Okay, so we talk a lot about Tailwind and Spectrum, and also US politics. What else do you want to share? Nothing? So thank you, everybody. See you next month.
Thank you.
See you soon in Atlanta for some of you.
Yeah, thank you. See you soon for sure. We'll get coffee.
Yeah, great. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.